Hey guys, welcome to Teen Mom OG Season 10. We are on part 1 of the reunion. Stick with us, we have some stuff to talk about.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Hello everyone. Welcome. I am here with the lovely
Mama Fane.
Mama Lee.
Mommy Lee.
Mommy Lee. Mommy Mama. Okay, so overall, what do we think of this part 1 reunion today?
You know,
Yesterday.
I don't feel like I got enough.
I don't either.
Yeah, it was kind of, did we even learn anything new, really?
No, I mean, not really, but let's get on into it. So we start out this whole episode kind of going back and seeing, you know, what everybody went through and everything, and that's great and fine. But they kind of stuffed a lot of people into things.
Yeah, they definitely did. Yeah, it was like one right after the other. They didn't really have a long time talking, and I just don't feel like any of them said anything that I didn't know.
Yeah, that's so true. Mm-hmm. So we start out with Cheyenne, who, and usually, like I say this every single time, usually my favorite part of the season is the reunion. I always feel like we can kind of get an authentic, raw version of what happened and really their feelings without any editing, you know, things in the way. And so we start out with Cheyenne. I mean, her and Corey sit down for a second, and that was fine. I mean, yeah, they just kind of talk about how they're not dating, and that's okay. And I mean, they talk about Ryder. What I didn't know was that VLCAD, what Ryder has, is something that they always have to be looking for signs.
Right.
So that must be super difficult. Like, I didn't realize that's what it was. You know, it's not, well, we have to check her blood pressure, or we have to check her temperature, or it's like low signs of energy and like scary things, because that could be anything. She could have stayed up all night.
Right.
So it's difficult. But I mean, it's like, what did we get out of that little segment of her and Corey? Nothing.
No, nothing that we didn't know already on the TV show. You know, we knew where they were. We knew that they're great co-parents.
We knew that her and Taylor went through their stuff, and now they're fine, and she thinks Taylor's great with Ryder.
No juicy, like, you know, something that had happened.
There was no, like, real questions, like punches, and we'll get into it, but, like, the Brandon and Teresa thing, there was so many things that I wanted to know. And I mean, maybe they're going to do it next week.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I mean, it's like you had this opportunity. I don't understand. So, I mean, let us know, guys, what you thought of this reunion, because I'm kind of like, not speechless, but I have literally no words, because there was nothing really that great, and
yeah, I agree.
there was no oomph to this whole show. So we move on, you know, to Caitlin and Tyler, and they sit down with Brandon and Teresa. I was shocked. I was so excited.
I know, that was great.
I couldn't even believe it. We did see, and I was just in tears watching them back when they first gave up Carly, and just so crazy to think she's 10. These people have had her for 10 years.
I know, and they're so young in that flashback, you know, watching it way back then. I knew they were young, but my gosh, and they've grown so much, and it was definitely sad, and I felt bad watching it.
Yeah, it was awful. I mean, it's great what they did, but it's just so heartbreaking thinking, like, they have this whole family. And I mean, I guess that's the whole thing of it.
I know. Like, they could have just had her and kept her.
But they wouldn't be where they are.
Who knows?
If they didn't.
We don't know.
So, I mean, we bring Mackenzie out. I mean, this I can barely even talk about. It's, like, so heartbreaking, like I always say, with her mom She feels like she's, broken glass, and her mom is the glue that holds her together. And I just thought it was so sad to hear her compare herself to her siblings and how they're perfect and she's the one that's broken.
It really was. And her talking about her mom talking about everything, all the cancer and everywhere it is, like she's just filled in all of her body, and she's shouldn't even be here, and she's putting her faith in God. I guess that's really the only option she has right now.
Yeah.
And I mean, I hope it works out. I hope she beats the odds. I hope some miracle happens. Yeah. It's not. She took care of herself. It's so sad.
It's so bizarre. Like she said, she's just a mystery. They're all just shook about what happened. They don't know how this is happening.
2 kinds of lung cancer. 2.
Yeah, which is unheard of in itself. Let alone somebody that has never smoked a day in their life.
Right, a marathon runner. I know.
Yeah, so I mean, even there, we got a little glimpse. Dr. Drew said you should, go to therapy together and kind of, end of life kind of stuff. And I mean, I don't even know how you deal with that, but there is something for it, and I just can't imagine. But I mean, Josh is there. I know they didn't go through their thing yet.
Right.
On there. So then we move on to Macy. I mean, we're flying through this, but I don't know what else to say. Please, you guys, if we're missing something, let us know, because there's just no substance to this.
Yeah.
At all. I mean, Amber's not there because she can't be there right now, obviously, with the whole arrest. So we're going to see more from her next week. I will like to dissect that whole thing when we have the chance. That conversation, and if we think she's telling the truth or what. But so with Macy, what do you take over?
Wasn't it just about her and Ryan and?
Yeah, I mean, at first Ryan is just saying Macy's a bullshitter, pretty much. The reason that he doesn't have a relationship with Bentley is because of her, and he can call her an uncle. She can call him an uncle and a brother or whatever, but it's her keeping him away, which it's not.
No.
It's just not, and
he's just not stepping up the way that she would like him to, the way that any mom would want the father of their child to step up, and he's not doing it, and his little bit isn't enough for her. And Macy, I mean, she's a great mom. She wants what's best for her kids, so he's not doing what's best.
Yeah.
And Mackenzie's, stuck right by him.
It's
with
so
her
nice,
little nods
being
and
home
stuff.
with my husband.
Yeah.
We're so happy. He's so great. It's when are you going to stop putting on this facade? It wasn't great and dandy and fine when he went away. You guys don't have a great relationship. I'm sure you're working on it, and it's really nice that he has somebody there with him. But, don't sit here and be on reality television and, arrest after arrest and rehab after rehab, and you have a baby and you give birth alone. And don't sit there and say it's fine.
Right. At least say, we're getting through hard times. We've been through a lot. We're trying to stick it out. We're trying
to
go
to counseling. Or something. It just makes it.
It really bothered me when he was saying about drugs, I can't predict the future. I felt like he should have been more, I'm going to beat this. Everything I could do. He was kind of just nonchalant about it. I can't predict the future. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm going to do my best.
Yeah.
But this should be everything to you.
Well, that's also the same thing when he just got out of jail and Mackenzie said, "You're a free man." He goes, "Yeah, I guess for now."
Yeah.
We were like, what? And then, what also bothered me was he was talking about how he got into heroin and, how he started with these drugs and the painkillers and all those things. He's like, I just never thought didn't even think of addiction. I always thought that was for bums and for losers stuff. I mean, first of all, I'm like, do I blame the school system? Because I remember going to a conference in like 9th grade where like we were spoken to by these former drug addicts, and there were literally pretty much all of them were just super ritzy, rich kids, perfect life, perfect house, perfect family, and they were the drug addicts. Like, so I just remember, like, I feel like it was instilled at such a young age that it can happen to anybody. You can get hooked. You can die. You like, where is he getting this information? Did his parents? Are we blaming the parents or the school system or the educators, or are we just blaming him as an idiot, as a 30-something-year-old that?
Yeah. Well, he's older than you, so maybe when he was in 9th grade, they weren't taking it as seriously. They weren't talking about it the way they do now.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean? And
his parents were always like, everything's great.
Exactly. So you don't know if his parents are talking to him and giving him the information. Right. Because, I mean, my mother didn't talk to us about drugs or anything.
Really?
No. She didn't really know anything about them. She never did any of that stuff. She didn't think... it's not like today.
Yeah.
Definitely not like today.
So scary. Well, yeah, I mean, next week looks good. I mean, we never know. I was really excited for this reunion, and I got nothing out of it. Let us know in the comments below. I'd love to keep the conversation going if you feel like there is substance to converse about.
We could do that.
We could do that. But I mean, overall, I think this season was really good. I feel like we did have a lot of great episodes here on the AfterBuzz Teen Mom OG channel, reality channel for this. And, you know, I'm excited to go on with Teen Mom 2, which will be starting on Tuesdays now. So we will be covering the show on Wednesday nights from now on. And that starts on September 10th. I'm taking a little leave of absence, so we will be back on the 17th to cover that episode, or the 18th, to cover that episode, the first 2 episodes of Teen Mom 2. So, thank you all for sticking with us, and we will see you in Teen Mom 2.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.